Welcome. My name is Charlotte. This is not just another lesson. This is the moment your life can begin to change. Maybe you have forgotten how strong you truly are. Maybe people told you that you are not enough, or perhaps you simply stopped believing in yourself. Today, that ends. Today, you will hear something different. I am going to share 10 lessons that can help you move forward, lessons that many people never hear in time. But you still have time, and that is exactly why you are here at Learn English by Stories. Some believe change is too difficult, that success is reserved for the lucky, or that happiness is not meant for them. This is not true. The truth is simple. Life can change because you can change. But this only happens if you are willing to truly hear these lessons. Do not just listen to them, feel them. Let them go deep into your heart and remind you of who you really are. Take a deep breath, sit with yourself, be honest. This is your time. The first lesson is this: your past does not control your future. Many people believe they are destined to stay stuck. They tell themselves, I failed before, so I will fail again, or I come from nothing, so I will never have success. They keep repeating the same tired story. But your past is only a chapter. It is not the whole book. Perhaps you made mistakes. Perhaps you were hurt or feel as though you have wasted years. That does not mean your future is finished. It only means your new story has not yet begun. Think about those who made poor choices, failed in school, or were completely lost, only to turn everything around. They learned, they grew, and they built something new. That is possible for you, too. You are not your mistakes. You are not your pain. You are not the opinions of others. You are the person who is still here, still breathing, and still trying. That means you still have power. It begins with a shift in perspective. Stop saying, this is just who I am, and start saying, this is who I am becoming. Your past is not a life sentence. It is a lesson that taught you what not to do and gave you the tools to grow. The second lesson: small steps change everything. Most people wait for a big moment to transform their lives, but that day never comes. Why? Because change does not happen in a single leap. It happens through small steps repeated every day. You don't need to be perfect or have all the answers. You just need to start. Think about learning English. You don't master it in a day. You learn it by speaking one sentence, then another, and then another. It feels slow, but one day you will look back and realize how far you have come. The same applies to life. If you want to grow, stop waiting for motivation. Just take the step. A short walk, a brief study session, a moment of quiet. These small actions build discipline, belief, and ultimately they build you. Most people never begin because they think their small efforts don't matter, but they do. Every effort is a brick in the foundation of your future. One kind word, one good choice, one deep breath instead of a shout, it all counts. You may not see the results today, but you are building something nonetheless. Trust the process. You are not slow, you are steady, and steady wins every time. The third lesson: you do not need anyone's permission to begin. Many people stall because they are waiting for a green light from a parent, a friend, or society. But no one can give you your life. Only you can claim it. You do not need approval to grow or someone else to believe in you. You can believe in yourself. So many dreams are lost because someone said, that's not for you, or be realistic. But if a drive lives within you, why do you need the world to agree with it? If it feels right in your heart, that is enough. There was once a boy who wanted to make videos. His family called it a waste of time, and his friends said no one would watch. He was shy and his camera was old, but he showed up every week. Years later, his voice helps millions. The people who once laughed now say they always knew he could do it. That is how the world works. First they ignore you, then they ask how you did it. This is the end of part 1. You have already taken an important step by staying with me this far. You are not the same person you were a few minutes ago. Something inside you has shifted. Before we continue, I want to know where you are listening from. Knowing that someone is out there hearing these words gives me strength. Lesson 4. Failure is a requirement for growth. Most people try something new, fail, and then stop. They feel embarrassed or weak, concluding they aren't good enough. That is the wrong takeaway. Failure is not the end. It is the beginning of learning. If you fail, it means you were brave enough to try. Think of a baby learning to walk. She falls again and again. Sometimes she cries or gets hurt, but she never decides that walking isn't for her. She keeps going until her steps become strong. Eventually, she won't remember the falls. She will only remember the freedom of standing. You will fall too. You will make mistakes. But one day you will stand tall and the memory of the fall will fade. Don't waste the lesson and don't waste time hating yourself. When you fail, sit with it. Ask yourself, what did I learn? How can I do better? What will I try differently tomorrow? Keep trying until you no longer count the times you fell, only the times you stood up. The fifth lesson, protect your mind. People are diligent about cleaning their houses and their clothes, yet they never clean their minds. They allow fear, hate, doubt, and worry to take up residence. This noise becomes pain, and that pain becomes their life. You must not allow that. Your mind is your home. Protect it accordingly. This means walking away from people who only complain. It means silencing voices that tell you that you are nothing. Your mind is not a garbage bin. It is a garden. It needs peace, care, and space to grow. A peaceful mind is a powerful mind. You cannot move forward if your heart is heavy and your thoughts are constantly at war. Clean your mind a little at a time, every day, until you can see clearly again. Lesson 6. Stop wasting your life on things that don't matter. Most people don't lose their dreams to laziness. They lose them to distraction. They spend hours on their phones, watching other people live and doing things that give nothing back. Then they claim they don't have time. The truth is, they gave their time to the wrong things. Everyone has the same 24 hours. Some use them to build, others to escape. What you give your time to becomes your life. If you give it to your dream, it grows. If you give it to your doubt, your fear grows. You don't need 10 hours of free time, you just need 1 hour or even 30 minutes of total focus. Make it count. Your dream is waiting, but it cannot wait forever. Lesson 7. You must forgive yourself. Many carry a deep weight of guilt, shame, and regret, not just for what was done to them, but for what they did themselves. But you cannot go back. You cannot undo the past. You can only learn and begin again. Holding on to pain does not protect you. It only leaves your hands too full to carry peace. If you want to move forward, you must grant yourself the gift of a second chance. Say to yourself, I did what I knew how to do then. I didn't know better, but now I do, and I choose better starting today. Even if you were once lost, you deserve peace. If no one else will give it to you, give it to yourself. This concludes part 2. You have absorbed 7 deep truths. You may feel a spark of hope or a surge of strength. Hold on to that. It is the signal that change has already begun. Lesson 8. Not everyone is meant to stay in your life. We often cling to people who are not good for us, begging for love and waiting for them to change. We stay because we are afraid to be alone. But staying with the wrong person is far worse than being alone. You don't have to hate them, but you must protect your peace. If someone makes you feel small, exhausted, or never enough, that is not love. That is pain. You need space to heal. Letting go does not mean you failed. It means you are brave enough to say, I want more than this. It is not your job to make people stay. It is your job to love yourself enough to stop begging. Lesson 9. Learn to be kind to yourself. The world is loud and often cruel, which is why your internal voice must be gentle. You must be your own friend and your own safe place. Most people say things to themselves they would never dream of saying to a friend. They wonder why they feel weak while they are constantly planting seeds of self-hate. Your words are seeds. If you plant love, you will grow hope. Start small. When you wake up, say one kind thing. When you make a mistake, speak gently to yourself. When you are tired, rest instead of attacking your character. Being kind to yourself is not a weakness. It is the strength that allows you to survive hard days and grow strong roots. Finally, lesson 10. Your story is not over. Life can feel finished, as if you've missed your chance and nothing will ever improve. But if you are still breathing, your story is still being written. You are not done. There is more to see, more to learn, and more to give. People find their dreams at 50. They find love after devastating heartbreak. They find purpose after years of being lost. Life does not end because one thing went wrong. It keeps going, and so must you. It may be slow and quiet, but step by step you can build again. You never know what is waiting for you around the corner. You just have to stay long enough to find out. Maybe this is the moment everything begins to change. Maybe this is the page where you turn it all around. Hold on. Even if it is dark, even if no one understands, you are not done yet. You are just beginning. We have finished this journey of 10 lessons, 10 reminders of who you are and who you can become. You have come this far, and that alone is something to be proud of. Do not forget what you have read. Read it again, share it, and let it live inside you. Change doesn't happen in a day, but one day can begin the change. Let that day be today. Thank you for being part of Learn English by Stories.